I'm Arundhati and welcome to Yarn Stitch Color. Today we are going to see how to make this beanie. It is a beginner's project and also a good thing for people who love quick projects. So let's see how to make this beanie. And I have made it flat and then joined, and on the top I will also quickly show you how much yarn it uses. I don't think this is clearly visible, but it's 73 grams of yarn, and the whole thing was 100 grams. Okay, so I have used 75 grams of yarn here, and I will of course show you the material that's required, but this is an Aran weight yarn. Alright, so let's see how to make this beanie. The yarn that I'm going to use today is called Aran yarn by Hobby Store. It's available in India, and a 5mm crochet hook, and the usual things of scissors, tapestry needle, measurement tape, and stitch markers. I'm going to place a slip knot on the hook and chain 34. So today I'm going to make a beanie for an adult head, and I require 9 inches of height. I will include a table which shows different heights and measurements as per age or head size. So let's chain 34. To make the first row, after chaining 34, we are going to yarn over, skip these two stitches, and insert in the third one. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we are making a half double crochet, and as soon as you've made it, ensure that you attach a stitch marker, and this is the live loop, right? So right below it. This is the stitch that we just made. So add a stitch marker there and continue making your half double crochets. Yarn over, insert in the next one, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's your second stitch. Continue doing this till the end of the chain. After making the last stitch, you should have 32 stitches because we made 34 and skipped 2. Now we will turn to make the next row. Chain 1 and flip your work. Now we will, the first chain 1 that we made, we will ignore that, and we will insert only in the back loop of the first stitch. Okay, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through all 3. That's our first stitch on this row, and we will put a marker there. Now continue making half double crochets only in the back loops. Okay, so this is the back loop. Insert only under the back loop, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert only in the back loop, yarn over, pull up loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. So at the end of each row that you make, please ensure that you count the number of stitches. If you are a beginner, there is a tendency to increase or decrease the number of stitches if we are not paying a lot of attention. So pay attention to that. And the other fact that every time you do a back loop, we get this braid like texture on the front, the side that's facing us. So ensure you're getting this. If you're not getting this, that means you're not inserting only under the back loop. Maybe you're inserting under both the loops. Okay, so maybe you're inserting here. So instead of doing that, we insert only in the back loop. And what is a back loop? Here for this hat, this back loop, and usually too, the back loop is the one that is away from you. So this is closer to you and this stitch is away from you. This loop, that's the back loop. Okay, so yarn over, insert under the next back loop, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all three. Continue making that till the end of this row. We are at the end of row 2, and here onwards, always when we are ending the row, we are going to go under both the stitches. Okay, at the beginning we will go under one, the back loop only, and across this whole row we will go under the back loop only, just for the last stitch. Okay, where we end every row, we will go under both the loops. So we had placed a stitch marker here, right? So we do that under both the loops, yarn over and pull up. Now chain one and flip your work. So when we begin on row 3, we will insert only in the back loop, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all three. So the first stitch is under the back loop only, and across it's only under the back loop. The last stitch will be under both loops. So continue making this row 3 and for a length that you require to complete the circumference of the head. So here I have finished making up to 21.5 inches, and when I stretch it, I'm sure you can't see the other side because the camera is placed that way, but once I stretch it, I'm getting 22 inches. Okay, and that's the circumference I required for my beanie. So stretch it a bit and see, because once we wear it, we are of course going to stretch it over our heads. So even if you don't have a measurement tape, you can just hold this around your head, and if you're making for yourself, and you can wear it and see. It should cover your ears, back of head, and the whole circumference like that. Remember not to have any hair clips or a bun or a braid or anything else that might increase or give us a wrong perception of the size we require. Now let's see how to join this. We are going to join these two sides, okay, and we will join the whole thing like this, and that will give us a circular piece. Alright, so let's start joining. We are going to use a flat slip stitch method, and this is where our last loop was. After chaining 1, you have the loop here, insert it in the back loop of the other side. Ensure you have the yarn in the center like this. Okay, this is the yarn. Yarn over, pull through the first one, pull through the other loop. Okay, insert in the back loop. Let me use a a needle. So we are inserting here. back loop of this and back loop of this. So on this side, the side where we started, this was the initial chain, right? You will see only one loop because we used one loop to make the first row, right? So you will see only one loop here, and on this side you will see this V. You have to insert only in the back loop. So we insert first on the right side, then in the left side stitch from front to back, yarn over and pull through this, pull through these two. So insert here, yarn over, pull through all, insert in this loop, insert on the left side loop, yarn over, pull through all. Keep doing this till you reach the end. Here also just take time to ensure you are not inserting in the same stitch twice. Okay. So here we are at the end. I made the last one, then chain one tight and cut the yarn and pull this out. This is how the piece looks like, okay, after joining the two short ends. Now we are going to use a tapestry needle and we are going to choose a side. Okay, I am good with this too. If you're not happy, you can just turn it inside out and use this as your front. Alright, so you can choose which side you want to be the front of your beanie. Front in the sense the side that you'll wear on the outside. Now we are going to stitch this part, but we are not going to stitch it flat. We are going to stitch it in a way that it all comes together like this, roughly showing. Now we will stitch and we will see it comes together like this. Okay, and I'm going to take approximately 3 lengths of this. You see, let me do one thing. Let me go end to end and then add extra. So I'll take 3 of this and one more as an extra. So I have a lot extra actually, but let's see. I am going to cut the yarn. Okay, so now let's start stitching. You can begin anywhere. Let me zoom, yeah, and go under 2 loops. Go under 2 loops in the next row. So all these are the edge stitches. Most of the times you will see the chain one that we made, you will be going under that like this. Okay, just ensure you are catching most of the stitches and then pull, but leave a long tail. Go under, yeah, we can go here. So keep going under 2 loops across the hat, like across the circumference. Alright, and then pull. Keep doing this for the whole round. just try to stay along the edge as much as possible. Don't insert here. Okay, insert along the edge like this and try to catch 2 loops so that your stitch is strong. Okay. Don't worry a lot, but this is all we do and it's quite easy. So once you start doing, you'll see, even if you don't look for those chain ones every time, most of the times you'll come across that, like this and like this. Okay, so try to stay along the edge under the 2 loops. That's all. And after a few stitches, just pull. Not very tight, but just pull your yarn through. You can pull through after every 2 stitches also, whatever is comfortable for you. You can keep doing this also. Okay. So here we are at the end. This was our starting yarn, right? So at the end also we will do that. Just ignore that starting one and pull. Now we will slowly pull the yarn that's still attached to your needle. Okay, and just push all the length. This is how it will start to come together. Keep doing that slowly. Even if you do that midway, that's not a problem. Only for convenience, I do it at the end. So once you've pulled to the best of your ability, after a while, I would hold both the yarns like this, the beginning and the end of the yarn, and give it a tight tug. So do your best. And after that, we are going to stitch it closer. So to do that, we will insert on one side, and so we are going to do this. Okay, we are not going immediately after that. We are going to catch the bumps. Keep doing that till you're happy with the size of this opening that's left. That's not an opening actually, just a small, see, like this. Okay, I'm going to go one more round so that it becomes nice and tight. You can also attach a pom-pom if you like, and these hats are like really quick and easy to make. You can make them for donations too. After you've made it really nice and tight, I'm going to cut the yarn. Okay, it's like this. Now just before tying it, I will want to show you the other side too. Looks like this, so ignore this little yarn. I'm going to weave it in, but it looks fine and good on both sides. Okay, so don't worry about the in and the out, but if you've made a mistake or you don't like that joining bit, whatever is your reason, that could be one reason for deciding which is the in and the out if you are adding a pom-pom. If you are not, then everything is fine. And I'm going to tie 2 nice tight knots, and you'll also have to decide the in and the out for weaving in the ends. But if we do it quite discreetly, then again you don't have to really decide. So I'm going to weave in like this, just the way we were stitching. Let me okay, and we've made a tight knot too. right? So nothing is going to be loose. This is my out, so I'm going to weave it in a bit here and push it on the lower side, inner side I mean. That, and from the center I'm just going to push it in. So I will turn around and I will weave these in ends. One second. Yeah, so I've turned around and I'm going to again tie if there are any loose ends, and I will weave them in. Don't forget to weave in all your ends, even this beginning one. For the time being, I'm just going to do this and show you how it looks like. It looks like this and fits beautifully. So even if you're a beginner, you can surely make this hat. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.